Billy Otto does interview. In interview, he says quite a few different things. We're going to discuss it in this video. One of the things he says something about being one, Sarah Molina, whether she did sleep or didn't sleep with Shotti. And another thing he says is, yo, Tekashi didn't have all that money. Shotti's not a thief. Fall in love with healing yourself. CBD. Healthy. BBN Jack Frost. What's up, party people? Alright, so yeah. So apparently, Billy Otto had basically, I don't know if we want to call this an interview. I tried to get an interview with Billy Otto. He was like trying to charge me for it. Shout out to Billy Otto. I really wanted to give him an interview, but I don't pay for interviews over here, just so we can be clear. No disrespect to anybody else. He's not the only one that has ever asked me to pay for an interview, by the way, just so we can be clear. But he was doing an interview apparently. And in the interview, he said a lot of interesting things. And one of the main things he said, besides the fact that he does not believe that Shotti slept with BM1, Sarah Molina, he said something else that was pretty interesting. And what he said is that he doesn't believe that Shotti stole money from Tekashi 6ix9ine. Okay. Now, there's a couple of things that I want to discuss about what he said. Once again, it's always open. If you want to call in, if he don't even call in, you know what, I would rather do an interview with him where we just do the interview, either whether it's over the phone or whatever, in person, no matter. And then we edit the interview and we do it that way. I'd rather do it that way. I don't really want it to be live. And then after the fact, we could probably do it live or whatever the case is. But that's on him. I doubt he's gonna do it though. Anyway, so he said a couple of things, and I want to be clear on this. Once again, the number one issue when these guys have been speaking about their relationships with Tekashi 6ix9ine is, I believe in the beginning, that since they didn't know how it was gonna all play out, there was things that they didn't necessarily speak on, or there were aspects that they kept, I want to say private. And because they kept these things private, now it looks like they're going back on things that they're not necessarily going back on. I want to explain to you, I'm going to give you a little bit of inside information about Billy Otto's relationship and how it kind of went away involving Treyway, just so you can be clear. 6ix9ine was brought to Tekashi 6ix9ine was brought to Treyway by he met them, I believe it was basically through Seiko Billy and through a manager that was there named Chris, right? So they brought him to the house, with the main house, the Gummo house or whatever, and that's where he met everybody. That's when he first met Shotti or whatever the case was. What a lot of people might remember is when 6ix9ine was first in the public eye, he was around a lot with Billy Otto. Shout out to Billy Otto. Shout out to everybody in this situation. Shout out to Billy Otto for speaking on this. And he was around Billy Otto a lot. Billy Otto was basically his handler, for everybody that don't know. One of the main reasons why I'm going to assume they have Billy Otto around them is, for everybody that don't know Billy Otto, he on go. All right, so he's one of those people that if you with him and some kind of weird shit is going down, you 100% don't got to worry about what he's going to do. He's with it. He's those things. It's time to pop. So the point in which I'm trying to make is, initially Billy Otto was, as we all seen with Tekashi, later on that changed and it became Shotti. One of the main reasons in which why Billy Otto was removed, from what I've heard, is Billy Otto was allegedly a problem when it came to violence. He was allegedly he was attempting to fight a lot of people, or it was always about some kind of, you know, he was fighting a lot basically. So they wanted to remove him, and then that's why allegedly Shotti was promoted. I don't know how accurate this is. Obviously, I've heard from somebody a thing. So Shotti was promoted. When Shotti was promoted, that's when the side that Billy Otto is on of Treyway, Billy Otto, Seiko Billy, Miss Treyway, I'm not going to say any other names right now, but I'm talking about that side specifically because that's the music aspect of what we're talking about. That they were kind of separated away from 6ix9ine at that point. Allegedly, I do not know whether this is accurate or not, but this is what I heard. Allegedly, Shotti was in 6ix9ine's ear. And when Shotti was in 6ix9ine's ear, he was convincing 6ix9ine to, you know, those guys this, those guys that. So 6ix9ine was kind of distancing himself from them. I don't know how accurate this is. This is just a story in which I heard. This could just be one person's perception also, just so we could be clear. And that's why it's always best. That's why I'm always trying to speak to as many people as possible. And when you don't speak to the media, what you're actually doing is you're not allowing for your side of the story to be heard. So if you don't speak to the media and the media has the story in what you believe to be wrong or incorrect, then that's on you. You didn't speak out, period. If you speak out through an anonymous account like people like doing, how do anybody know that this anonymous account is credible? How did anybody know who this anonymous account is? This anonymous account could be another YouTube content creator trying to fuck up your content, part of my language. So the point in which I'm trying to make is, in regards to when Billy Otto was speaking about how much money 6ix9ine was making when when Shotti was allegedly stealing from him, there's no way for Billy Otto to have known at that point how much. I went a real long way to say that, didn't I? There's no way that Billy Otto could have known at that point whether Shotti was, how much money Tekashi was actually making. Now, with all of that being said, from what we heard, because Billy Otto said that he wasn't making $1 million or whatever, he wasn't making money like that. From what we know right now, from the monies that was allegedly not picked up, because remember, there were deals that was done with different promoters that Tekashi is actually right now being sued for, along with a couple of other individuals because he didn't perform. Many of those deals was for over $100,000 a deal. So I don't know what Billy Otto is talking about when Billy Otto says that Tekashi wasn't making near $1 million. Sans the streams, without the streams, absent the streams, he was making 100 and something K a show, right? To show up. So it's hard for me to believe that he wasn't grossing, that he wasn't pulling in at least $1 million a year. That's hard for me to believe. Also, with that being said, if he's trying to say that he don't believe he was making enough money for Shotti to also steal $1 million, then I guess, you know, that's an argument that could be made. Also, I just want to add in here real quick. He brought up that Shotti didn't, because somebody asked him about the whole sleeping with BM1, like I mentioned earlier. He brought up that Shotti wouldn't have had to sleep with BM1. Shotti got like 1 million kids. The chicks is all effing with him. Like he's like a hood celebrity. I'm gonna let y'all know, yeah, that's a fact. Don't get this confused. These dudes was all hood celebrities, every last one of them. There's whatever block these dudes lived on, there's about 20 chicks waiting for their guys to probably go to work and you know, hey, what you doing today? So nobody, I think, is attempting to say that Shotti couldn't pull females. We all heard Shotti talk. If he feels like being smooth, it's not difficult for the guy. He can talk. Also, just so we could be clear, from everything that I've heard about Shotti, from everyone who's spoken to me about him, he was extremely smart. That's what I always hear. He was smart. Also, in addition to that, I know for a fact some other chicks that he was kind of allegedly having relationship with. So I don't think anybody is trying to say that Shotti couldn't pull a female. And basically, Billy Otto's argument was Shotti can have any girl he wants. Why would he want Tekashi's woman? They were close. I wouldn't know, and I'm just telling you from what I've heard that there was a thing that went down. Soon, Academics has an interview that's about to be dropping in the next couple of days where he actually asked Shotti about BM1, Sarah Molina, and that stands for Babymomma 1. So anybody that think I'm talking crazy. So just so we could be clear, so he's gonna address it. I want to know what he says about it, and if we want to believe what Tekashi said, because Well, I guess if we want to believe what DJ Academic says that he was having a conversation with 6ix9ine, and what 6ix9ine told him was the reason why he doesn't want to admit to, or in order for Shotti to admit to something, other information about a whole nother thing would then be made privy to the public, either because there would be no other choice, or because vindictiveness. So we don't know exactly what's going on here. So I guess we're gonna hear what Shotti has to say about it. I will say this, and this is one of maybe the 2 or 3 things that always turn me off from being in a gang. I don't believe in sharing women. I just don't believe in it. And a lot of gangs, that's basically what is done. You know what I'm saying? A lot of guys join gangs because he knows that a lot of guys sometimes guys join gangs because they know that there's going to be females that they're going to be able to. I just don't believe in sharing women. That's just not me. Anyway, let me know what y'all guys think. Put it down below the comment section. Like, comment, subscribes. Join the notification gang. Hashtag Bronx Bombers. Let's get it. I love y'all. Take care of each other. Hug the kids for me. I haven't forgotten about you. And that's all I got on this one. I'm out. From the concrete jungles to that frat party when you was the Michael Jordan of beer pong. We'll let him eat ya high.
I be on my grind, it be on my mind. That's why I keep that pine when I'm on that grind. I be on my grind, it be on my mind. That's why I keep that pine when I'm on that grind.
I get it and go, call that a fast break. Young cash cow and all I eat is steak. The pill game been booming, you fuck boys late. Your whole team ribs touching, you the only one ain't. You hang around some real niggas, you the only one ain't. If I fuck with you, my word good as the bank.
Damn, if I knew 2 days ago what I knew right now, I wouldn't even be in this shit.